Hey, what's up, FTN? Today's word of the week is unity. Now, I personally experienced this a lot in the last week and a half or so because I had two awesome things happen back to back. The first was that about a week ago, the entire Firetime magazine team that is responsible for putting out the content every single month met up in Seattle, Washington for the first time ever. We had never met face to face, everybody in the same room. And we spent about 24 hours together kind of wrapping our minds around what the future looked like for us, filming some video content, and then just getting some time to relax. It was unbelievable. Now, fast forward, I ended up coming back to town, and my Wi-Fi team all came into Portland, and we had a 2-day summit where we ironed out our vision, mission, and company core values. It was unbelievable. But what happened for me working with both of these teams over the last week was just the fact that when you get people in the same room and you talk about why you exist and you build a cadence of meetings and accountability to get you toward the goal, it creates unity. It honestly does. I can't tell you how energized just I feel, and I know how we feel as a team because we just simply got together and talked about where we want to go. You know, we talk a lot about vision, we talk a lot about purpose, a lot about meetings, but the point of all of that, the reason that you do it is to create unity for your team, right? You know, a house that's divided can't stand. And if you've got people on your team that are fighting against you or they're pessimistic or they don't know where you're going, it's really hard to have unity. So my hope for you is that you can do something this week with your team that's intentional to grow that unity. You know, for us as a team with the Firetime magazine, it was literally, I mean, I think it was less than 24 hours in Seattle, but we got together, we were out of the noise, away from our day-to-day lives, and we literally sat down for an hour and a half and just talked about who is it that we're trying to serve and what are the words we're going to use to communicate that to them. Then we spent some time talking about what do we see coming down the pipeline in the future. We're putting out a printed journal in the next 6 months, and we're really excited for it. And we spent some time just talking about what are the things that have to be in place at this point, at this point, at this point. Who is it that owns that responsibility? How are we going to put this together? And just simply focusing on that while we're out of the whirlwind, it did so much to just bind us all together. You know, for the Wi-Fi team a few days later, as we got together to talk about our mission, our vision, our core values, it's just crazy what that does for us as a team. What we came up with, because Wi-Fi is a pretty new company, we came up with something that I never could have come up with by myself. It was better than what I could have done. And the coolest thing is that everybody had a say in it. So because of that, like it's our vision, it's our mission, it's our core values. And my hope for you is that you can do the same thing. You can find some way to step out of the craziness, even if it's just for 2 hours, and talk to your key team members, even if this is just one person, even if it's your husband or your wife, whatever it is. Just find your key team member or team members and talk to them about where are we trying to go? How are we going to get there? Do we have unity that we're on the same page trying to knock out this objective? You know, on Thursday of this week, me and Grant are actually going to be hosting a live stream. It's about running meetings, about how, you know, essentially you don't have time not to run regular meetings in your company. We're going to be talking about how we do that in both of our businesses. But the function of meetings is unity, right? Like the purpose of getting people together and talking about where we're going to go and how we're going to get there so that we can be of one mind as we go out and try to conquer this thing. So I hope that this is a week of unity for you and that you can do at least one thing for your team to grow that. I want to know what it is in the comments. Hope you have an amazing week.